Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make these super neon bright tropical holiday style nail art design, and for a change today I decided to whip out a different company than my usual on the channel, and we've got 3 different colours from Semilac. I actually happen to have 3 very neon colours from Semilac. I have way more colours, but I was looking for something neon and I came across these and they were just so conveniently right next to each other in my drawer. So as I took one out by one, they were literally like, oh, this would work. Oh, this one would work too. Great, we've got a set. Let's try and figure something out. And naturally with like a neon-y set that I'm thinking of a holiday or like a sunset kind of colours, instantly palm trees come to mind. So we're going to incorporate that today as well. So as you saw, one nail had a full pink and nothing else going on at the moment. The next nail, which is this one here, we're going to do a marble and we're doing it the fun, I was about to say lazy method. I don't think any marble is a lazy method really. But I'm essentially picking up the lightest shade first and then going in with the other 2 colours one by one, starting with the lightest, downing through to the darkest, and I'm just picking it up on my brush and I'm just swirling it around on the nail until I'm happy with the pattern and the marble that I'm seeing. If there's any areas that I feel like they're lacking one of the colours, I'll just go back in and add it in there, and it just feels like a really nice method where I just feel so in control of my marble and how I want it to look, whether I want it super smudged and, you know, swirled into one another, or if I want more of a subtler look, or you are completely in control, and that is exactly how I like it. So I definitely recommend trying out that method if you've not tried it before. For the longest time I actually watched people do that method all the time, and I always did it the the ombre brush way, where you pick it up from your palette where you've already marbled it on there. And yeah, and I just for the longest time saw people do it. I just thought, oh cool, it works, but my method worked too, so I'm not going to give it a try until I did, and I just thought, oh my god, that is just so much more fun, so much more easier, and I love it. Now back onto the other 3 nails that I'm working on right now. So as you can see, they are all going to have an ombre going on. So one nail has just a 2-color ombre, and then the other 2 are going to have a 3-way ombre. Unfortunately, the orange in particular, I don't know if you can tell when I'm actually applying it, it's a little bit like separating and kind of, don't know, something's going on with the pigment in that gel polish. I mean, it could be, I've had these for a little while now, so it could just be that the length of time that I've had them in my drawer now and they're just separating and they're getting a bit old, or it could just be that neon are usually a little bit of a harder colour to create, so it just could be that they are just, you know, separating because it's just the nature of a neon kind of shade. But we've made it work, and it was just took an extra couple swipes with my ombre brush to actually get the right kind of blend that I was looking for. And then we apply another coat off camera real quick on all the ombre, and then the pink nail, of course not the ombre, of course not on the marble, because that just can't happen. And then now that it's out, I have applied a base coat, a very thin layer base coat, and I'm going to go in with some hex glitter here. This kind of hex glitter is my absolute fave because it just works with anything and everything. Whether you want it glossy or matte, it will just create the nice shine, and it just works. It's this like icy white kind of hex glitter is the best way I could probably describe it. It's white, kind of silvery. I guess the iciness is the reflection of it. It's giving like an icy cold vibe, but it just works lovely, and it just, whatever colour you use in the background of it, it just really makes it pop, and it's gorgeous. So I'm just kind of trying to scatter it very gently across the whole nail. I want it across the whole nail, but also not too concentrated, if that makes sense, like not too much in one area. So just very gently, and I'm trying to spread out the larger hex with the thinner hex across and kind of try and make it as even as I can. So I did that on the 3-way ombre, and then I am also going to do that on the marble nail as well. So with the marble nail, I feel like I went a little bit too much on the glitter. But that was just accidental. I got a bit too excited there with the glitter, and I just kept adding more and more. And with there being a lot going on as it is on this nail, I feel like I should have just made sure it's even lighter with the glitter. But it's alright. It still looks gorgeous, especially when you matte top coat. It kind of dims everything down, but just right, if that makes sense. But here it is, and then off camera I will apply another layer of base coat just to help with the evenness and bumpiness of the nail, and then later we'll obviously do the top coat. Now when it comes to the showstopper, I guess, of a palm tree and just making it the actual tropical look, I've got this stamping plate from Mode London. I've had it for a very long time. They've stopped doing stamping plates now, but palm trees and everything like that you can get anywhere, I'm sure. Whether it's Shein, AliExpress, like I'm sure you can find one super affordable that would do just the job. But this one just, I like it. It just has a cute little palm trees on there that I've just had so much use out of. And they do also have these random little animals that, funny enough, I actually get a lot of use out of as well. So you'll see in today's set too, we're going to use it, and it's just great. And I love a one-stop plate that I can just get the whole look from. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of stamping plates, but I don't know, I just always seem to struggle to pick out different plates, and it just feels like such a faff. And especially when you're doing clients or even like press on nails for orders and stuff, if you've got a lot to do every day, I just feel like it can be a little bit of a lot going through all your plates, and you know, remembering that you need like 7 different plates for this one set to make it, you know, look the way you want it to look and stuff. So love it when it's all on one plate. So I've stamped down the palm trees at like an angle just to make it look like it's all like one image. And then now I'm going in with a parrot, and I'm going to colour it in with some white in the background. You don't have to do this, but I just feel like it adds that extra layer of depth and it makes it pop on the nail a little bit more. So we're going to do that now. Once coloured though, let it dry a little bit. Later on in the video I did do one flower where I didn't wait long enough, and it was just a good example to show you what happens when you don't wait long enough. So I did leave that in the video, and I didn't wipe it off. It was enough where I could just let it slide, but usually, yeah, definitely wait, especially obviously if you're doing clients and stuff, you don't want to ruin it. Especially that stamping can take a little minute, you know, waiting for it to dry and picking stuff up, and if it doesn't pick up right, you have to pick it up again. And yeah, if you can give it a minute and to make sure that it will dry, definitely do it. But yeah, on to the next though. There's a flower here with some leaves, so again, picking that up, and I'm going to colour it in with the white polish again. All the stamping products, especially the polishes, are just regular stamping polish. They're not any gels. I'm not having to cure them in place. If they were, I'd let you know, but these are not. I'm just waiting for it to dry. And the reason I can wait for it to dry is because I'm using gel polishes, which leave a tacky layer, so it creates that little transfer process in there that I don't have to worry too much. But if you're using regular polish, I'm pretty sure you have to do it within a certain time frame to stamp it over. But I don't really use those kind of things, so I don't know. But I know I've seen some videos I've come across with stamping where they use like extra bits or do a certain thing to make sure it transfers. But with gel polish, you don't have to worry about that at all. Now onto the next flower. There was one more, and because I'm popping it at the bottom of the nail, I thought perfect, I'm just gonna use that one. It looks kind of smaller but also kind of bigger at the same time, but it's a really, really nice one. I like it. And again, we're going to colour that one in with the white. So this is the last one now with the stamping part of the video, and this is also the one where I've left it way too short. And it could be too short, or it also could be that because I used too much polish on this one when I was colouring in, especially with that second blob there that I just placed down. I just needed to assess how long I need to leave it, so I left it how I usually leave it, but it was just, unfortunately, I've just placed way too much polish on there, and maybe I was a bit rushing because I thought, oh, last one to stamp and I can move on with the rest of the design, and it just wasn't quite it. So in the meantime, I am trying to clean up and put stuff away, wipe my plate, and here I go. And you can see on the stamper that it's still quite shiny and wet. If it looks wet, it's not going to work. Can you see that kind of smudge? Yeah, so it still wasn't super bad, but it could have been really bad. I've had occasions where it honestly just went all over and smudged, and you couldn't even tell what it was in the first place. So that's a big, big mess up. So there I just used a lint-free wipe and some acetone, and I got rid of any excess little bits that transferred that I didn't need it to or didn't want it to. Sometimes it's easier to do it then rather than trying to remove it off the stamper. And that's at that point we're going to do some crystals and gems. So on the palm trees we've got 3 ABs at the top there, and I'm going to pop some cav ABs in between. Do note I do have my little triangular little plate there with my caviar beads, but in the moment when the footage cuts to the next part of crystal placement, you notice that the plate is gone and there's literally caviar beads all over the place. This is just what happens to me all the time. I am just so, I don't know, I just do things way too quickly, and I'm just not always aware of my surroundings, should we say, and I always end up knocking something down. And unfortunately for me today, it was the gather beads, and it literally went everywhere, and I spent probably about 10 minutes after the video trying to gather up and save them as much as I could. So yeah. The pink nail there, I found some yellow flowers and like this neon yellow diamond thing, kite. I don't know what kind of shape that is, but I just thought it was going to work really well, and I haven't used any of my neon little charmy things before anyway, so I really wanted to incorporate it. So I did that, and then off camera I did those cover bees, likely because maybe I got annoyed that they kind of went everywhere. So that happened off camera, but I did show you what it looks like. Now lastly, onto the parrot nail. We are going to do like a 3 crystal placement at the top and at the bottom, kind of curving around the parrot, just to kind of create a little bit of like a border around it, kind of a little framey thing, I like to think sometimes. And then also in between each crystal we're going to pop some cover beads in there as well, and then pop that bad boy into the lamp for a cure. At this point they're all basically done now, so we are going to top coat. I will be matte top coating today. It's been a little while since I've done matte top coat, and I used to be all the time on my channel, I know, but it's nice to go back to my roots and do these long stilettos. We can really go and have a good time with these. Like, your canvas is massive and you don't have to worry about anyone wearing them either, so I can literally make them bumpy if I wanted to, and no one will have to worry about it because no one's wearing these are just design purposes. So those can be really fun. I do miss them, and you know, I'm slowly getting back into it and trying, you know, going back to my roots here and there, and just kind of seeing what makes me happy and what works and what makes me want to be creative and have a good time. But essentially that will now go into lamp for a cure, and here are the final results, what they look like matte, and you can see how the crystals pop because of the matte background, but also the glitter pops too, even though we have a matte top coat. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.